Today I'm my hair. Today I'm going to be going over trying to make sense of some of the changes that I've seen since coming back to the game after over a decade away. Um, Basically, I played and collected up to basic. Would you please? Thank you. Up to what's the last that I collected? There was Return to Ravnica block. Um, Gate Crash, I skipped. I played the first two sets of that, collected, I should say. And then I skipped it on the third one, and only occasionally would give attention to what was going on in the world of Magic. I didn't have much time to play or anything going on at the time, so. And then I hopped back in and got reintroduced with the Lord of the Rings set, which I thought was a neat event. But as it turns out, since that time, there have been many, many Universes Beyond crossovers, and it's gotten to the point where this year, I think something like 4 out of 7 sets are Universes Beyond. So, first of all, 7 is a lot of sets, and secondly, 4 out of the 7 are not Magic the Gathering zone worlds, basically. So it's a lot. Hi, Ryan. Hi, JD Visor and Founder. Thank you all for stopping in. So we've still got some background noise. The kids aren't all in bed yet. But I'm going to go over some of the things I was able to find. I was hoping to get a variety of packs that would span not only the time that sets that were of interest during the time since I started playing again, but also some of that gap period. And honestly, finding things from before that gap period is getting much harder to do, at least in shops these days. I'm sure you could hunt them down on eBay or something. But anyway, so let's flip this around and start looking at some product and discussing it, because man, there have been a lot of changes over the years. Let's see if I can do this right. Oops, double. There we are. So, can I zoom out? Not really, eh? Well, there's a whole lot of product here. The oldest thing that I have is Fallen Empires. This released before I started playing. And all the packs from before that time and up till Fallen Empires came in this white sort of wrapper, plasticky wrap. They're somewhat translucent. If you finagle the cards and put a strong light, you can kind of see the titles of the cards up here, in some of them more than others. But yeah, 8-card packs for smaller expansions, most expansions. The only sets that got 15-card packs at this time were the base sets, so the main game, Alpha, Beta, Unlimited, and Revised, and then the Ice Age expansion, which came in starter decks or booster packs, and they got 15 as well. That came just after Fallen Empires and just before Homelands, which was the last of the 8-card packs, and introduced the foiling for the wrappers, so you couldn't see through. That avoided that issue finally. After Homelands, they had a very brief experimentation with 12-card packs. Basically only 2 sets, Chronicles, which was a reprint set, and Alliances. But the 12-card packs really didn't last, and then all expansions and everything started coming out in 15-card packs. And that's the way it was for a long time. Interestingly, in both of these and the Ice Age deck, you can see the Deckmaster branding at the bottom there. That trademark seems to have gone away. The text at the top, Magic the Gathering, roughly matches the font from the back of the cards. Different colorations, but it still matched it. Even as far as Time Spiral here, that's still roughly matched. And again, it went from trademark to the registered symbol, but and then you got, when I came back, and basically all the packs that I found here, going back as far as Dominaria, the branding's changed. They don't use the same font anymore for Magic the Gathering. They've introduced this funky crown, and the typeset is different. So that I found to be rather interesting. Interestingly, the oldest pack I could find in the period between when I was playing was Dominaria. This goes back to 2018. So that's a huge jump from Dominaria to my next oldest booster, which is 1995 with Homelands. Over 20 years. And even if you go to my other sealed product here, like these Time Spiral decks, these were released in 2006. So even 2006 to 2018, you're looking at about a dozen years between. And I was a little shocked that, Dominaria, you look at all the early sets except for, I guess you could argue Legends, but Arabian Nights for sure. The main game was set in a land called Dominaria. The Brothers' War was in Dominaria. The fallout of Brothers' War was felt in sets that came later, all different continents around the world or plane of Dominaria. And it was heavily impacted for years and decades later. They started to introduce new planes at times, like Kamigawa, like Mirrodin, like...
Water, please.
Water?
Yep. Thank you.
Okay. Other ones. But by the time you get to the modern era, Universes Beyond aside, you're going to a different plane almost every set now, or every few. You get a bit of a story continuation where you'll go to Innistrad for a couple. You'll have conflict going on with Dominaria at times, dealing with the Phyrexian invasion. When I found these Theros packs, for a second I thought it was the original Theros, but no, it's Theros Beyond Death were the packs that I found. So not as old as I thought initially when I grabbed them. You have Ixalan. This particular most recent visit to the plane of Ixalan included some Jurassic Park, Jurassic World crossover cards. And then you've got various, Masters sets and other collections to try to... Well, before the Modern Masters, I guess you also had the Eternal Masters and sets like that would reprint well-known cards. But early in life of the game, it was centered almost entirely around the plane of Dominaria. So all these other planes that they've sort of sharing the load now, I find that to be interesting. Since the introduction in the original Lorwyn set, I've got Lorwyn Eclipse here, but not the original Lorwyn packs. I might have some packaging from them down some of the old starter decks if I dug them out, but just the box. Since the introduction of Planeswalkers in the first Lorwyn set as a card type, the idea in the stories really seems to have shifted, and characters that were talked about as Planeswalkers in the stories now are getting more firm representation and interacting with the story, I would say, in a very different way. But all that aside, let's see if I can find here. When did they start changing their production? Yeah, these were made in the USA. So they were starting to do that at least by Time Spiral, I think sooner. But the early sets here, when you look at these were all printed in Belgium. Made in Belgium by Carta Mundi. You can see that in the Ice Age as well. Made in Belgium by Carta Mundi. You can see that as well. Here, they used to keep story blurbs on the back of the packs, too. I really appreciated that. Printed in Belgium by Cartamundi. This is to the coast. And the oldest pack, which I've already showed you here, Dominaria, is also, interestingly, where is it? Yeah, there. Printed in Belgium. Or where is it? That's in French. Fabrique en Belgique. Where does it say it in English? Anyway. But that's the last one. Everything I've seen since then has either been printed in the United States or Canada. Sorry, not United States. United States or Japan, I should say.
Ryan says, I remember buying 3 packs for $10. Those were the good days.
Yeah, that was something. I remember Fallen Empires used to be a cheaper pack at $2, and when you got them on sale, I've seen them, when they were trying to liquidate them, down to about $1. And when they really were just trying to push them out, I saw them once or twice as low as 50 cents a pack. But yeah, that was highly unusual. When Alliances released, it came out at $2.50 a pack, and then after restock, it went up to $6 a pack. So that was quite a jump. But most packs were in the sort of $4 to $5 range in Canada, as I recall, the $15 packs anyway. But yeah, again, the battle between Urza and Mishra, referencing what happened in antiquities, battered the landscape, froze the deserts, and the creatures of the world of Dominaria struggle for survival. Struggle has arisen out of for the Ice Age. And again, for Fallen Empires, if you read the story blurb, you'll find that on a different continent, things were being impacted. Same thing as in Homelands. Time Spiral by 2006. We're still talking about Dominaria. But the problem with temporal disasters is you never know when the fallout will appear. Urza's botched time experiments have happened hundreds of years ago, but the riddles they left in the time stream, including the storm and suspend, are tearing apart the fabric of reality right about now. So that was quite some time later. Dominaria is rubble. Coalition army was demolished. And again,
There's a bit more light.
Remember, one of the early dual decks was the Coalition versus Phyrexia, which was rather interesting. But given what's come since, demolished in the Apocalypse. And again, look at the different set names. There's one of those. Paranoia runs high and lawlessness abounds, and yet something noble stirs: pride, power, and might. An ever-growing band of defiant survivors have joined together to fight for the one thing they value most: hope. Master sets are a lot of fun, but even defining a master set can be interesting because
master sets is what you want, what you make it.
Different promos, different subsets, different all kinds of things that can be included, whether you include every single, foil treatment or non-foil treatment. Oh, they get messy in a hurry. Anyway, Sliver Evolution, the new generation is here.
We're talking about Magic, Pokemon.
Yes, I know, but it applies like that. I found that I've collected a few sets. I've currently got a project back here that I'm working on, going over some of the older sets, looking at Scars of Mirrodin, Besiege, New Phyrexia. Sets were a lot simpler to collect back then. Even though you had foils of everything, it was still just a base set, and then the foils. Pre that, before foils, you didn't have to worry about the foils. But now there's so many different treatments and alternate arts and everything and different products tied in to a set that just gets so ridiculously complicated, as I found out when I tried to collect Lord of the Rings. Anyway.
I wish we built up a bunch more credit because we could have had
I'm
a
getting
base set.
So sidetracked.
Unlimited Charizard for our collection.
That could have been interesting.
If we had built up more.
Anyway, the new generation is here. Slivers are resilient, adaptable, vicious predators ruled by the hive mind, revived by researchers after the apocalypse. They quickly mutated out of control, and now they rampage unchecked across the devastated landscape. Join them. After all, slivers love to share, and they all love to share their abilities. So that was the other Time Spiral. On the fourth and final Time Spiral deck, Fun with Fungus. I always loved this one for its thematic elements. Thalids are sentient, mobile fungus creatures that share symbiotic relationships with the Supporlings. Thalids do exactly two things: spread and consume. Aided by Thelon of Havenwood, they're doing both quite well. In the wake of an apocalypse, what would thrive better than mold? There you go. So yeah, Time Spiral, still dealing with the fallout. That the plane of Dominaria was so broken by the magical fissures and everything that happened with the time experiments. So that's why, in part, I was so surprised to find that Dominaria has been a recurring and very prominent part and seems to have healed up just fine ever since then. So it was during the period, obviously, that I wasn't collecting and playing. But like I said, I kept my eye on a few things in that window. When the Brothers War came out much later, and I heard that there were Transformers cards, I ordered singles of one of each of the basic ones, at least the ones with the classic art, which were the base versions, and collected those. That was one of the first sort of Universes Beyond crossover subsets that they've started to work in. Before they did a full set, again, they had some elements of Jurassic Park with Lost Caverns of Ixalan. So it's been creeping more and more in over time. But aside from that one, when I heard that they were returning to Dominaria and it seemed fairly healed, I took a quick look at the set after it had been out for, 6 months to a year. And I saw that there were some interesting cards that harkened back to elements I was familiar with. And just ordered a little subset. And this was back around the time of Contemporary. So the Weatherlight, there was a set called Weatherlight. There was talking about the journeys of that particular ship. And I found that they actually made a vehicle. This was one of the earlier vehicles that they made. And to be honest, I never liked the mechanic. A lot of the new mechanics. Some are better, some are worse. But I had one of my first early foils was actually a legacy weapon, which was the ship type legacy. Was a different one, I think, than the Weatherlight, but a similar sort of idea where they went around and interacted with things. Dakon Blackblade was one of my favorite legendary creatures. I was interested to see that they'd made an equipment for him that basically gave his ability. And the reference there, it spilled the blood of one elder dragon. In Gideon's hands it may yet taste another. So, again, apparently, if you read the stories they constructed later, Daragaz reincarnated from back in the invasion block, which led up to Apocalypse there. You had the 5 dragons. Daragaz was one of them, so they made new versions of at least some of these. Joria, a recurring one in some of these old stories. As she took the wheel of the Weatherlight for the first time in a millennium, Joria knew she'd been right to restore the ship. Anything was possible now. Navigator's Compass. The Weatherlight can no longer planes shift, but it can traverse Dominaria with ease. So, yeah, I think this was probably, is this close to the time when they did the War of the Spark thing and
I'm not sure.
they de-sparked a bunch of planeswalkers so they couldn't go from plane to plane anymore? It was, yeah, lots of weird shenanigans going on in the story world. Magic the Gathering's stories are rather complex, ridiculous, and convenient in many ways. Whatever they want to do, they just do. Shanna Sisay's Legacy. So this is to say was a well-known captain from the time from the Mirage block, and going forward from there. Then we have, again, going back to Thalids and Saprolings, right back from Fallen Empires. Each other creature you control that's a fungus or a Saproling gets +1/+1. Basically, a Saproling Lord as an uncommon, a 2/2 for 2. I thought this was fun at the time. I'm sure it's been horribly power crept now, but Squee the Immortal. I remember Squee Goblin Nabob, a little bit different. Yeah, you can cast it from exile. This just... exile was just a name they made to simplify cards that were supposedly out of the game previously. Well, apparently they're not out of the game anymore, because you can interact with exile in all kinds of crazy ways now. And I think that was a major mistake, just like the introduction of the Planeswalker cards and a few others they've made. There's some other recent tweaks to the Legendary rule, and that would also put into that category. But they keep adapting it to make it easier to play, they claim, but a lot of these changes don't seem to make a whole lot of sense, in my opinion. But it's interesting, the story elements that they keep coming back to. They're building on the legacy, no pun intended, of their previous content, or trying to, while at the same time undercutting it, which is interesting. Anyhow, another fun tidbit that I've noticed with these modern packs, like I said, being printed in Belgium, no longer the norm. I don't know if it still happens at all, in fact, but modern sets are printed in the United States and or Japan. And for example, here's Avatar. You can see ones with straight crimping and ones with this sort of dotted crimping pattern. And this seems to be consistent among everything I've gathered, going back at least to the time when you hit Dominaria and Belgium is introduced into the mix. But for all the ones since that time, if it's got the crimped printing, these seem to be printed in Japan, fabric en Japan.
And the quality is much better.
And the card stock does seem to be, a little bit better in these. And then with the straight crimping, these ones are printed in États-Unis, the United States. And again, I just don't want to rip up all the tabs on these, but the English is there underneath. You can see they're made in the USA. But yeah, slight difference in coloration of the pack. When I've opened these together, I've found that the card order is different in the packs. If you flip over to the front, some of them will have the commons at the front, some of them will have the uncommons and rares at the front. Or tokens or things in different places, stuff like that too. So I find it very interesting that they're producing the same product in different places with different levels of quality, different crimping, different card ordering, all that stuff. It's a lot of variety. And interestingly, when I was buying some of these packs for variety, I mentioned the crimping difference for being able to tell where it was printed. The guy working at the shop selling these things for a living had never even heard of that. It was a brand new concept to him. So I thought I'd mention it here and just see how many, if any, of you have actually were familiar with that, because I found that fascinating. And again, most of these that I have, here's the Final Fantasy, and again, I've seen them from both, but this one's from Japan. Here's Assassin's Creed. It's got the dashes. And if I look at the back here, where does it say? États-Unis.
You're reading in French.
Well, that's the one that's closest to the bottom. Yeah, made in USA. There it is up there. So, and again, that's just Universes Beyond, but it goes for any of the others. You can see here the two Innistrad sets. Crimson Vow, Straight Lines, was printed in the United States. And the Midnight Hunt Innistrad set, which came, I think, immediately before it, is Fabric au Japon, on Japan, with the different crimping. Zendikar was a plain, and again, they keep returning coming back to Zendikar, coming back to Tarkir, coming back to Phyrexia, all these different areas, along with their reprint sets and other things they work in there too. Karlov Manor. They do introduce new ones. How successful they are, you had the space theme set. I always forget the name of it. Edge of Eternities that they introduced, I think, as a precursor to bringing in Star Trek theming. But that's just that just seems to make sense to me. I haven't actually seen it confirmed anywhere. Murders at Karlov Manor, I associate with the Clue product that came out around the same time. There's been Aether Drift for racing themes. There's been all kinds of stuff. I do think Bloomborough was one of their more successful sets. A little over a year ago, I guess a year and a half ago now. It was a lot of fun. Very cute. Tarkir was returned to an old plane. Again, not a new one. But it was a plane that I'd never been to before because I was developed in the window that I missed. And again, they returned to Lorwyn. The original Lorwyn block was 4 sets long. They go back to it as a single set, and they have students and teachers doing a field trip there from Strixhaven, which is another new wizard school type plane that they introduced, I think, in the mid area. And after this Ninja Turtle set that's releasing in a week or so, they're going. That'll be the next set, as they're going back to Strixhaven. So they seem to just, try and tie things in one to the next in little ways like that now, which I find interesting. The Theros, by the way, which I held up a pack from before here, this is a sort of a set. I don't want to say based in, but definitely inspired by, from what I could tell anyway, sort of Greek mythology and legend or whatnot. This pack, holy cow, like the way it was crumpled and rumpled, and the seals on these I find a little questionable at times. But, you've got Cerberus inspired in Greek.
Where do you get those ones from?
These ones I got from Wayne's, but I've got,
okay.
Different ones in different places. Anyway, our local card shops provided me with some, for sure, and some in our neighboring towns, and then some in the city, depending where I've been. I bought all of these in person. I didn't order any online, just at different card shops I was visiting, so I was surprised to find Modern Horizons 1, but hey, one of the shops had. So.
Was that Wayne's?
No. This was at Prisma.
Okay.
So, and it wasn't even horrifically expensive. I've heard that Modern Horizons 2 is the most popular of Modern Horizons, but I got a couple of packs of Modern Horizons 3 as well. Anyway, so I've got all these packs, and I've been enjoying looking at the differences. I've been enjoying looking at the different printings, crimpings, the style of the fonts and titles, the just approach, like the dominance of Dominaria, so to speak. Now it's just one of many planes, even if it is an important one. And everything seems more fractured now. You don't have consistent blocks of storytelling so much. It goes from set to set and interspersed are these other stories. But some of these sets are still very fun. We had great fun with the Lorwyn Eclipsed pre-release tournament we went to. I've had fun opening and working with Tarkir and Bloomborough and some of the other Universes Beyond sets. I think Avatar was done pretty well. I think some of them were done far less well. Doctor Who was a strange one. It was only available as commander decks. They didn't have booster packs for it, as far as I know. And then we've tried booster battles in the past, and this is part of the reason I was building up this variety. I keep grabbing ones from off screen because this current setup is, you can't get the full breadth here of what I've got visible. There's Brothers War barely visible inside there. Anyway. But, yeah, we've done dollar store pack battles. And I want to try doing some random pack battles with some of these. Now, I know that there's been a big fad lately in the Magic community for Chaos Draft, where you can even buy kits that'll send you, you know, a dozen random packs to Chaos Draft with, and then a special prize pack or something like that. And I think it's a interesting and fun idea. I think it adds certainly a lot of chaos to mechanics. Um, I think you can get a very similar experience with drafting some dollar store packs.
It'd be fun with those.
Yeah. But I've got here, if we exclude, obviously the starter decks, which are a different beast altogether. There's, I've got 20 different packs on the table. Again, not all of them are in the field of view. I could pull some of them in here from the sides.
I can also lift this up a little bit.
Whatever. Doesn't really matter too much, I guess. But, yeah, we had sort of the back row was sets that have come out since I started playing again, basically.
It's a little bit better.
Some of them I ignored more than others. This middle row here is sets that happened in the window when I wasn't paying attention to Magic, basically.
Smoke and mirrors.
And
Hello.
then a few
Welcome
from
in.
Before, like, again, if I'm looking at just boosters, 1995 to 2018 is a huge, huge gap.
How are we doing tonight? We're doing okay.
Yeah. But my thought was, once I was planning on getting this built up more than this, but getting it to the point where we could do pack battles with random packs. So it would just be which of this set against another pack from a random pack. So we basically, in this case, we've got 20 packs, roll a d20 or something like that. And they're numbered from newest to oldest. And whatever we roll, that's the pack we get to do a pack battle with, where you just shuffle in your 2 of each basic land, 2 swamps, 2 forests, 2 islands, 2 plains, 2 mountains. Shuffle them in with a pack of cards that you just cracked. That gives you 10 plus, in most cases, 15. 25 card deck, pretty small, but enough to get a game in vast majority of the time. And yeah, just play it and see how it goes. We've done this before with other things. Some people who do this method, when they get to 8 card packs, or I suppose 7 card packs, like the rare Assassin's Creed Beyond booster or Bloomborough Value booster, which came in a 7 card pack, then you could double them up and have 2 packs. But it's a little bit more cost prohibitive when you're dealing with old sets. These ones aren't as bad as, if you had the Dark or Antiquities or, can you imagine, Arabian Nights? Anyway, but you can still do it with just an 8 card pack and have an 18 card deck. Gives you about 10 turns to win the game, and if you don't, you're hooped. But there you go. So, yeah, I basically was just looking at how the products have changed over the years. Starter decks, they still made starter decks for most of the main standalone type sets, which were the first set of each block, up through Urza's Saga, Mercadian Masks, even into the new cardboarders. You could get them for Mirrodin, you could get them for Time Spiral and Lorwyn. You could, I'm pretty sure Lorwyn had them. When did they exactly stop making these? They rebranded them from starter decks to tournament packs for a while, and you got a few extra lands in there, basically. But yeah, those have gone by the wayside for a long time. Even the pre-constructed decks now, they've been replaced with commander decks, which are your pre-constructed 100-card singleton decks. These had doubles in them and triples for some cards. Certain cards you could even find 4 copies in very rare cases. By the time Spiral came in here, by the way, this is Generation 3 of the slivers. Generation 1. Or am I getting that wrong? No, yeah, this is Generation 3. Generation 1 happened in Tempest and Stronghold. Generation 2 was in Legions. Legions had slivers in it. And then, and Scourge, I guess, the Sliver Overlord. And then Generation 3 happened in the Time Spiral block, and all three sets, Future Sight, Planar Chaos, and Time Spiral, had slivers in them.
So Smoke and Mirrors says, this is great information. I know very little about Magic, and most of that was from the mid-90s.
Yeah, things have definitely changed over the years, for sure. Like I said, I've got major gaps in my knowledge. Lorwyn was the last set. Avatar was the set before that. Between that and Final Fantasy, there had been other sets. Between Tarkir and Bloomborough, there were probably about 4 sets. There's gaps up here, huge gaps the lower you get on this table, and my knowledge is very similar in that regard. Except that, I started when Homelands was released. I tried to study what came before at that point and since, and kept up with the game for some time, but sometimes had more time and attention to put into it. I was playing other games as well, too. I played a lot of tabletop card games, Star Trek, Star Wars, Battletech. Some made by Wizards of the Coast, some made by Decipher, some made by other companies. There have been a lot of them over the years, but Magic's always been one of the more consistent ones. But consistent in different ways these days. Oh, that's another whole thing that I hadn't mentioned was
somebody's again. They're sharing out their links to going live, so I'm getting all the notifications on all the different Discords.
Okay, but yeah, we had booster packs for a long time, and you can see here, even in Dominaria, booster pack, 15 card booster pack, in Theros Beyond. It's just still just booster packs. Then it went to draft packs. I know I want to open some of that TMNT packs because I was a Turtles nerd. Yeah. I really enjoyed the Turtles when I was a kid, especially the cartoon, and I would say the first 2 films. But
Mikey was my favorite.
Yeah, I didn't get into the comic books as a kid. Since then, I've had a few people strongly encouraged me reading The Last Ronin. Supposed to be a very good story. What little I've gleaned of it is that it is.
I hid it for him for Christmas, and I lost it on him.
Yeah, we picked up a copy for me for Christmas, and we don't know where it is. So I was hoping to read it before the set came out, but haven't quite got there yet. Anyways, as I was saying, you had just booster packs up until apparently sometime between Theros and Zendikar Rising, and then they started introducing draft packs as opposed to set boosters, and you could get both types for most of these sets, I think. So we got draft booster, draft booster, draft booster. Here we have Dominaria United. I've got a set booster and a draft booster for some reason. I didn't even realize that I had 2 different types. I got these from 2 different stores. I wasn't paying attention.
Fun.
But apparently, I have 2 different types of boosters. Interestingly enough, that looks like Karn, who made the Plane of Mirrodin. And then, I should have pulled out some of the cards that talk about Phyrexia. Phyrexia has been a theme since way back in Antiquities. Man, has it been a recurring nuisance over the years since then. But yeah, look at that. Draft and set boosters. And draft boosters and set boosters and draft boosters. And then they came out with play boosters, which were replacing set boosters, I think. Or they were merging set boosters and draft boosters into play boosters. I think that's how it went. Interestingly, though, with set boosters, I discovered when I picked up the game again with the Lord of the Rings set, you can't collect the whole set from set boosters. That seemed counterintuitive to me, but it's certainly the case. You also need the Jumpstart and the Starter product and the Commander products, and holy moly, there's a lot of other, things. But yeah, play boosters. And then you've got special things like the value boosters from Bloomborough and the Beyond booster. And but it seems like now the standard is play boosters and collector boosters. And I'm not even going to get into collector boosters in this video because holy cow, that's something else. And they have changed over the years. They started out as just, you get 5 rares in your pack and a lot more foils. And now there's a lot more special treatments and special. Anyway, not going there. But they exist. So there's lots of types of boosters. And there's been 2 or 3 different types of boosters going on for some time. I'm guessing ever since around the time of Theros and Zendikar here, the 2 sets I have where sometime between these 2 sets, the change was made where it wasn't just booster packs anymore. It was different kinds of booster packs. Anyway. So
what's your favorite like pack or set or whatever out of what's on the table?
My favorite out of what's on the table?
Yep.
Most of these, in fact, because this whole middle row, I have never opened any of.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. The ones I have opened, I love the flavor of Fallen Empires and Homelands. They are a little weaker on the card side, but there are some good cards in there. They are awkward to draft. I've done drafts of Fallen Empires and drafts with Homelands. They can be very awkward, but that's fun in its own way if you're expecting it. I've never opened Lost Caverns of Exelon. I've opened 1 or 2 Karloff Manor. I've never opened Modern Horizons 3. I've opened 1 Assassin's Creed booster, and they're so small, and such an oddity, they don't really count. So really, when you're asking me, it's like old, very different era, comparing to the last couple of years here.
Mm-hmm.
And really, mostly in the last year, and then 1 that was like a year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm. Ryan says Ice Age.
That's not a booster pack.
No, but it is on the table.
I suppose. Ice Age was fun. I'll give it that, and the flavor was definitely there. Time Spiral was fun in its way too, but that's another kettle of fish. But but even just looking at these, like 2 of them are Universes Beyond. That's its own thing. It really affects the flavor of the storytelling, because a lot of the Universes Beyond sets, it seems to me especially with Spider-Man, seems like it'll be with Ninja Turtles, Final Fantasy. There are so many story elements that they just basically give you a bunch of characters and references to a few popular incidents. And that's about it. There's no cohesive story. Avatar is probably a little better than that.
Oh, yeah.
But again, it's not really classic Magic. I did like dragons are always fun. Dark-Ear Dragonstorm, a lot of fun to play with. Some neat themes. It's a multicolor-based set, so you've got the opportunity to...
We have a whole booster box to open.
Yes, we do. We recently opened a box of Lorwyn Eclipsed, and there's, again, some fun classic Magic to be had in that as well. It's very sort of inspired by some elements of Tolkien in some ways. I find with the Kithkin sort of mirroring hobbits in some aspects, not in all aspects. And you've got the elves and the tree folk and the orcs and,
I think my two of my favorites that's there is Tarkir and Lorwyn. And I love Bloomborough.
Bloomborough was cute.
And Final Fantasy's been fun too.
And it was fairly coherent, but it didn't seem like classic Magic to me. But it was a neat... I really appreciated it as a set.
I like it because it was cute and not creepy. Overall.
If I had to pick just one, it would probably be...
It's hard.
It is hard.
Those two are probably my top 2. Tarkir and Lorwyn.
Probably, from what's on the table here.
Yeah.
We
had a lot of fun with Lord of the
experience
Rings,
with it. Yeah, I would say it would come down to...
Smoke and Mirrors says, love the MTG arts.
Yeah, a lot of the art styles have changed big time over the years.
Welcome in Vengemus Foundations
But
was
there's definitely been some good ones.
the closest to old Magic.
The closest
Foundations
to
was
old
closest
Magic?
to the old Magic.
Well, sort of. It also included a lot of new elements in it.
Mm.
Like for a base set, there was way too much multicolor as far as I'm concerned. There was way too much. I think they even used hybrid mana in some of the symbols, which I found very strange for a base set. Too heavy an emphasis on legendary creatures for my liking, and that's going for just about every set nowadays.
Benjamin meant arts and style. Art and style, not necessarily gameplay or whatever.
Old school for art and style. Oh, yeah. Could be. I've never really. I don't know. It's something I haven't honestly considered.
We didn't open a ton of Foundations, though, did we?
There have been a few cards where I've said, hey, that looks like a card from Fallen Empires.
Okay.
As recently as stuff from Lorwyn, I think, but not many.
I sure do miss the hand-painted stuff, though.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the criticisms I hear with the Ninja Turtles arts coming up. A lot of it seems a little bit too aided by AI. Some people are saying that under the guidelines which Wizards has put out, the final product has to be hand-drawn, but they could use AI for suggestions, sort of, and then trace some elements even if they, and that would still qualify under their guidelines. So some people are suspecting that a lot of that happened with some of the use of cheese and some of the art and things like that.
Yeah, that would make sense. I just like my little experience trying to use AI to edit some photos and the mistakes it makes and stuff like that. I wouldn't at all be surprised.
Yeah. So if you feel up to it, actually, what I'd like to do for sort of the latter half of this is do a round, possibly two, where we try, rolling dice to select packs to do pack battles with.
AI art makes me love the goofy art in Homelands.
Yeah. I'm just going to show this quickly because this is a project that I've also been working on. Is again putting together sets from when I used to collect a lot more. So this is Scars of Mirrodin. And as you can see, I'm still missing, about 7 or 8 cards for the set. But I've been piecing it together. Because this block, and I've got the whole block in one binder. I special ordered a binder that would be big enough to put the sets in.
It's our first Voltex binder.
Yeah. Tells the story of, Mirrodin, the block of Mirrodin with Dark Steel and Fifth Dawn. Was a very artifact-heavy set, cool very powerful set, and very popular set in many respects.
I like this.
And then the plane, over the course of this next block, when they came back to it, got completely corrupted. So Mirrodin, Scars of Mirrodin, introduced the Phyrexians starting to get a foothold. Then you've got Mirrodin Besieged, where the Phyrexian invasion is going on and the war is going full tilt. And here I've even got some of the rule supplements and things. They introduced a lot more mechanics. This is where they took the old poison mechanic and turned it into infect, which made it much more usable. So that, among other things, became a very threatening way to play. I mean, honestly, I built several infect decks over this time period. But yeah, then the battle between the Mirrans and the Phyrexians during this really heated up. People were starting to notice things in Scars of Mirrodin, but there was no question by the time we get to Mirrodin Besieged, the war was going full tilt. And then by the third set, New Phyrexia, the Mirrans were done, and they were just trying to survive and consolidate wherever they could. But basically, they were just being taken over left, right, and center. A very dark story. Very powerful cards and mechanics introduced. Phyrexian mana. Actually, Jutaxian Probe here is an interesting case study because as a card, Look at target player's hand. There'd been effects that did this. Wu Scout and Glasses of Urza, going back as far as Alpha, never very popular until all of a sudden Jataxian Probe is printed, and all of a sudden this knowledge of knowing what's in your opponent's hand was greatly appreciated to a much greater degree for some reason. It's interesting how things like that just change all of a sudden sometimes. Anyway. But yeah, I'm missing most
Ooh, I like this one.
New Phyrexia. Most of the art's pretty grim. There are some nice pieces for sure.
Sorry about
but
the
this is sort
reflection
of
of the
that
light
the
on
middle period, and this was one of the last blocks that I was fully engaged with. Like I said, after this, I think came Innistrad block. The first time they went with Innistrad and Avacyn Restored and all that business, I was interested in that. But again, that brought in the transform mechanic and two-sided cards. They're even more irksome than Planeswalkers to me because they're just awkward to use for actual tabletop Magic. I think the mechanic was designed for Magic Online or something. So that rubbed me the wrong way. And then we got returned to Ravnica, which had some very powerful cards, but it was just seemed to me that we were partly it was just things going on in my life. I didn't have as much time. Granted, that was a huge factor.
That was, I mean, we were like really growing our family at that time too.
Absolutely. So I took a big step back from Magic, and that's where some of this gap came in.
Yeah.
And like I said, this oldest pack I've got here from that time period is 2018, and that time period probably started in the 2015 or 16. So a lot of sets that just aren't represented here. But I'm interested. Like I said, I'd looked through and found a few things from Dominaria, but they've gone back to Dominaria. And now cards like Shieldred, the Whispering One, that is one of the cards I'm having trouble finding. Oh, by the way, the Swords of this and that. First, Fire and Ice and Light and Shadow from Darksteel, very popular. In that block, every set in that block introduced a new one. So they had all the enemy pairs in Scars of Mirrodin by the end of the block in New Phyrexia. All the enemy colored pairs had a Sword of this and that. I found them all, except I have them all, but I can't find the Sword of Body and Mind for some reason. I'm not sure where that one, the green and blue one went. But yeah, Phyrexia all will be one, and the Dominaria Brothers War stuff. I've heard there's a strong Shieldred in Dominaria United, which I would love to get my hands on, because the old Shieldred I found, it was a 7-cost creature. It was just hard to use. But at 4 cost and with the effects that I've seen on it, Shieldred certainly seems to have gotten an upgrade. But then again, creature power creep especially, and even some other spells power creep, has certainly been an issue. And that's why coming back and playing with the old packs is fun in a context where you're playing with other old stuff. But it doesn't blend as well as it could anymore with the modern stuff. They just play so differently now.
Shieldred the Apocalypse?
Yeah, that's one of the cards I can't find, unfortunately. But Shieldred the Apocalypse, I think, is the new version. And basically it's like a 4/5 for 4, and every time you draw a card, you gain 2 life, and every time your opponent draws a card, they lose 2 life. It's something ridiculous like that. So yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of ways to abuse that. It's just nasty. So, the powerful creatures that were coming out around the time I stopped from, say, Scars of Mirrodin, or Mirrodin Besieged, were things like Phyrexian Obliterator, which was a 4-mana, 5/5, and basically, whenever it dealt damage or was damaged, your opponent had to sacrifice that many permanents. Very strong, but it didn't do anything when you played it. It had to actually get into combat to do stuff. So, when they started making Titans, which had enter the ability effects and attack effects, more and more enter the battlefield triggers just on just about every other card now. It's very, very prevalent.
Mhm.
And it's just so hard to keep track with every time you play one thing, and then that triggers 3 other cards you've got in play. The gameplay has certainly gotten a lot more complicated, which I don't think has always been good for it anyway.
Mm.
But yeah. Yeah. Set and draft. Go figure.
It scares me. Oh my goodness.
I should pay more attention to that in the future when I'm picking up packs.
Oh.
Anyway.
We can probably do 1 or 2 pack battles, but I'm pretty exhausted.
Fair enough.
Lucas.
So do we want to rule out the 7, 8 card packs, or do we want to rule out the Universes Beyond packs
as well?
That I can't comment on because I never played Yu-Gi-Oh.
Why don't we just kind of roll and see how it goes, and to pick our pack or packs or whatever, and if we don't want to do the one that we pull or it doesn't match up good enough, then we'll just be like, oh, too bad. We'll roll again. Or something. I don't know.
Or if you don't want to use that, you can substitute it for a dollar store pack.
There's that too.
Dollar store packs are good fun and fair value for things like pack battles and maybe the odd draft, honestly.
All right. You need a dice or more?
Yeah.
Is there some in my Chocobo box there? I see the big blue one on top.
Yeah, there's the big blue one in the little dice cup here. There's some other ones in the dice cup here too.
All right.
We can use the big blue one for rolling if you like.
We're gonna get this as good as we can. I have my iPad so I can see what's going on.
Move this off to the side.
All right. So how many packs are we doing a pack battle with? Just one?
Just one, and then you shuffle in your 10 basic lands.
And
we'll see how this goes. Here. Yeah, I know.
What do I got?
You got 19.
No.
Homelands.
No. I don't want homelands. I want to roll again. I'm doing one more roll. And if I don't like it, then I'll take the dollar store pack.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Assassin's Creed. 7 card pack, even more smaller.
Third time's a charm. I'm changing.
What is that? 2? 1, 2 is Avatar.
Okay, I'll do that. Is there one that's Japanese? Yes. I choose a Japanese pack.
See, I have a tendency to want to save the better packs for later.
It's gotten... Oh, wait, I already read that one.
Anyway,
I just know what I like the feel of.
All right. Well, let's see what I get. I got 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Dominaria United.
So you have a choice. Draft or set.
I'll play the draft booster, because that's usually the...
All right, well, we're going to move these.
I think that's the play anyway. Which is a shame, because I like Karn, and I'd like to keep that wrapper, but I think I'd like to keep the set booster more. So I'll try Dominaria United, why not? Stacking these up in order, more or less?
Yeah.
So, any guesses as to which is going to do better? Just based on the set. You got...
Who will win? Well...
Avatar versus Dominaria.
You never know.
United.
You never know with these ones.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's...
So how I do this is to play them blind. So, crack it open, shuffle them face down. And then shuffle, and then... mix in your basic lands, give it another shuffle, and away you go. So I'll put down a row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put down a row of basic lands, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then
I was gonna say I didn't get a token, but then I realized
4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got a bird token apparently, and then more.
These feel so
basic
nice.
land.
They feel so nice.
And then just pick them up and give them a shuffle. Incidentally, when I do this,
good luck both. Thank you.
Just as a little tip, if you're doing this on a regular basis, I like to have your sets of 10 basic lands, 2 of each, as white bordered lands if you can get them. Just because that makes it easy to know, because there's often a land in the pack, which one that was for later. And just for sorting them out again at the end.
So since you're new here, Ryan could fill you in the rules. But when we're playing Magic, you guys are supposed to be on Team Mama Spokat, because he's the expert. Or more expert out of the two of us.
Well, I've got more experience playing.
Yeah,
anyway.
so I'm the one that you're supposed to cheer for. Right. Just in case you didn't know that.
So I'll use this dice.
Ryan, I'll tell you so.
I usually prefer 2d10s to keep track of my life, but
you could use that one.
I didn't get them out at the time, so
this one is mine.
This one was from Lorwyn Eclipse.
I know.
So
well, then go focus. There we go. You got it. You got it.
Are we somewhat centered in our playfield here?
I think so. Yeah, we're decent. Well, hold on a second. Let's just move it over a little bit. There we go. Is that better, guys?
Right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 card opening hands. And shall we roll to see who starts? Highest roll goes first, or highest roll gets to choose?
And just as a sidebar, that Giratina play magic. Thank you. I got it from Temu. The same with this one as well.
Yeah, she's got some nice playmats.
This is my favorite artist.
We don't have a lot of Magic playmats.
No, we should get some more.
12 to beat. 5. So I won. So I guess I'll start. Ooh, this is ugly.
Oh my goodness. Well. Interesting.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. Anyway, I'll play a land. Your turn.
I guess I get to draw a card. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. All right. Hold on a second. We got. I'll do this one. Land enters tapped. All right, you can go. Oh my goodness, my.
I will play a forest. Your turn.
Ooh. It's shiny. It means nothing right now, but it's shiny. I got a shiny card. What am I doing even? All right, well. All right, you may go.
All right.
I clearly need to learn to shuffle better.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in no position to say much different, to be honest. I will play a plains. And I'm done. But, you know, having too much land is better than having
none.
None. So.
Let's see.
And honestly, that's the more common way this goes in these pack battles, because when you have a 15 card booster, typically, some of them are 14 now, and you're adding 10 basic lands to it, and often a booster pack contains a land, sometimes 2 to begin with, half your deck can easily be lands.
You may go again. I think we got the same thing going on. Maybe it'll just be whoever empties their whoever empties their deck here. First.
Well, sometimes games are decided that way, for sure. I will play another forest and tap my 4 lands.
You get to do something?
I can do something. I have a Maganoth Sentry, a tree folk that's 4/4 and has reach.
Okay.
That's a decent sized threat for a game like this, really. Your turn.
Ooh, okay. There you go. You know what? I know what I'm going to do. Just because. I'm going to just take care of that guy. I got 4. Yeah. Destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. So I'm just going to destroy him. Because.
Okay.
I'm just not. You can go.
All right. I will play another island. And then I will tap 3 and play a Charismatic Vanguard, which is a dwarf soldier that's 3/2, and I could pay 5 to make creatures you control get. Or I can pay 5 to
you
get
got
my
this. Don't
creatures
fall
plus
for his
1/1
intimidation
until end of turn.
tactics. I just wanted to destroy his creature because I could.
Your turn.
All right.
Did
I forget to play a land last time?
No, I think you played a land every turn. So
okay.
Says this battlefield is an anvil. Ooh. My mace is a forging hammer, and you, Phyrexian scum, are the scrap metal that is about to be reshaped as I see fit. Does this one mention the tree folk was when one of Yevamaya's enormous magnoloth trees awakes into a tree folk? It is a towering presence of physical strength and ancient wisdom. There you go. The trees can just awaken into tree folk, apparently. So far, I've seen one of my uncommons. I haven't seen my rare yet.
Okay. I can do... This will be a swamp. I'll use... And fire. And I'm going to play... Vindictive Warden.
Okay.
Yep.
At the end of your turn, I'm going to play Bite Down. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to a creature or planeswalker you don't control. So this guy deals 3 damage to your guy.
You suck.
My dwarf bit your human.
Wait a second. So when if you have an enchantment, can you play that anytime, or is it got to go on a card?
There are enchantments that just play to the board,
okay.
And there are enchantments that play on something. So, if it's an enchant creature,
okay,
or
I don't want to
artifact, or
Okay, I don't know. I don't like things with that stuff. Just go.
Okay.
I could have played something, but I don't understand enough.
Another planes. I'm kind of getting limited by colors here. I will attack you for 3 with my dwarf.
Okay.
I will, if you're, I guess. Yeah, might as well just pay the 5 to give it +1/+1. So for 4.
My turn?
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun. Right. Hmm. Yeah. I don't care.
What is this?
Firebending.
One and
Firebending one. Whenever this creature attacks, add
yeah.
fire. This mana lasts until end of combat.
Okay.
Exhaust. Put a +1/+1 counter on Jong when you put your next cast when you next cast a lesson spell this turn, copy it, and you may choose new targets for the copy. I don't know what that means.
Okay, well, some spells are lessons.
So can I do that this turn? So put a +1/+1 counter on if I have the land to spare?
Activate exhaust ability. Each exhaust ability only once. So you can only do that one time.
I don't have anything to use my land now, so.
Yeah, I mean, I think technically you could. However, the second part of the ability will be completely wasted because.
Oh, okay.
But it would just put a +1/+1 counter.
Okay.
On it. And you can only use that ability once by the look of it.
Okay, well, whatever, then I don't care. Go.
Interesting.
It's way more intimidating me playing Papa Spokat than it is random strangers. Believe it or not. I mean, in part, I can kind of manipulate him to let me have an extra turn or not do something because I'm the wife. But he'll look at me and smile and he give me this weird look, like be like, fine.
I'm gonna pay a green and 1, 2, 3, 4, and bring out an Elfheim Worm. Vigilance Trample 5/4.
Yay.
Your turn. So you've got all colors but white now.
The wife and I play Pokemon against each other now. I kind of feel that she does that too. Well, happy wife, happy life. I did untap my land. I'm just a little slow. All right. Now that can be a water. That can be a water. That can be a water. Whatever, it doesn't matter. And 1. I think that's the right amount. I'm going to play this one.
Guru
Pathic. When Guru Pathic enters, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a lesson, saga, or shrine card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest of them in the bottom of your hand, or in the bottom of your library in a random order. And whenever you cast a lesson, saga, or shrine spell, put a +1/+1 counter on another target creature you control.
Fun.
So at 5?
5 cards, I think you said, and you're looking for a lesson, saga, or shrine.
Well, I have to reveal it. Reveal it.
I believe so. That demonstrates what it is. So that's a lesson card. There you go.
Just put them on the bottom.
Yeah.
And tap your deck. Untap what deck? Oh, you're talking about my land. I already did that. It's tapped again because I had to use it. Sorry.
And you put the rest on the bottom of your library?
Oh, shoot. I was stupid. I tapped the wrong lands. Because
Well, to be fair, you probably didn't know what you were going to find in there to grab.
No, it has nothing to do with what was there. It has something to do with my card. Can I just swap out what lands?
No.
No, I can't do it anyways. Never mind. Never mind. I can't do it anyways. But I could use that enchantment now. Or does that do anything? If I do that? No. Whenever you attack, put X +1/+1 counters on target attacking creature, where X is the number of permanents. You sacrifice this turn. I didn't sacrifice anything. So what does that do?
Unless you've got a way to sacrifice creatures, it sounds like not much.
Except making something bigger.
I mean, this has a sacrifice ability, but you got to pay for it and tap it to use it.
I don't know. I could attack you, but then that's pointless. Because you just used a big giant guy to block me.
Likely.
I don't know. I don't know what to do. Do I just use this thing to make something bigger? I guess so, eh?
I don't know what this thing is, so I don't know.
I saw it. I showed it to you.
Okay. So that's your rare, is it?
Yep.
What does this do? Possessive Pursuit. When this enchantment enters and at the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life and create a clue token. And whenever you attack, put X +1/+1 counters on the attacking creature, where X is the number of permanents you've sacrificed this turn. Yeah. X is 3 or greater, that creature gains lifelink until end of turn. So this gives you a penalty to make clue tokens. If that's all you're doing, well, I mean, you can sacrifice the clue tokens ultimately to help trigger that ability as well.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. Is it worth it? I don't know. I don't care.
It's, you see, this is the sort of thing where there's lots of triggers going on and trying to keep track of things, so the game gets more complicated. But so when you play this, and at the beginning of each of your turns, you lose 1 life and create a clue token, and you can pay 2 and sacrifice clue tokens to draw cards. So this does let you draw more cards, which can find you more stuff that you need. With decks this small, that's a bit of a double-edged sword.
Never mind. I won't use it.
But it also pumps your creatures, so you can get a lot of action out of it.
My brain does not want to think about it.
Well, just not using your cards isn't necessarily the best thing to do.
I don't know. I'm tired.
I think there's value to be had in it.
I don't think I can do anything right now, so. Go.
Okay.
I'm not going to attack you. It's pointless. You're just going to attack me. What's this? Wait, what does this do? Put a +1/+1 counter on. Oh, when you next cast a lesson.
And you get to basically get a double effect of the lesson, was it?
Okay. Got it. Got it. I think I'm going to lose.
I am going to attack with both. And yes, just to make things clear up front, I am going to use this guy's ability. Creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn.
So it doesn't matter what I do.
So this is 6/5, and this one is 4/3.
I guess I could block the one and destroy the one.
Which one?
The one that's a 4/3.
Okay, so what are you going to block with? Block with both, or?
Well, if I want to destroy it, I have to block with both. And I get you. You can decide which one to destroy.
Right.
But I can't just sit here and take it and not do anything in return.
Okay, so you take the 6.
I have to.
This one will die, and I'll kill your guru.
Which one?
The 2/4.
My turn?
Yes. Oh, this is vigilance, so it doesn't even have to attack. So I've still got it as a walker.
You suck. Ooh. Alrighty. Well, whatever. I don't care right now. I'm gonna die anyways. Oh, I should play a land. Swamp. And hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let's do. Hold on. We'll do land 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a sorcery lesson.
Yep.
Why am I playing this? Target land you control becomes a 0/0 creature with haste. I don't know why I'm doing this one. Put 4 +1/+1 counters on it when it dies or is exiled. Return it to the battlefield. Okay. But then what does it do to that one?
So yeah.
What?
I guess in response to casting that, or before you cast that, I would use this guy's ability, the exhaust ability.
Okay.
So you've got the 3 to tap.
Okay.
Because
I don't know what I'm doing.
Or wait a minute, maybe not. It's up to you. You could do that. I don't see reason why not to, but you're only going to have one land untapped that you can turn into a creature.
Yeah.
But you can turn a second land into a creature by doing this. It's just it'll be tapped, so you won't be able to attack with it this turn.
Okay.
If it had been untapped, then you could have swung in with 2 of those lands this turn. But this way you'll have a second one ready to go.
Okay. Fine. I need something to put a token or counter on. Or whatever.
Yeah, this is where I usually have a stack of dice handy. Where's that little cup?
Oh, my little cup has little tiny dice in it.
It also has a bunch of marbles in it, which is unfortunate.
So, how many counters do I put on it?
4. On whichever 2 lands now, you get to pick 2 of your lands to turn into creatures that have 4 +1/+1 counters on them.
Oh my god, some of these dice are weird.
So whichever lands you feel like.
Well, I guess one would be that one.
With.
Okay.
All
right. So that's what? This is a 4/4 then?
Yes.
And this is just, where does this go?
After it's
It
done
goes over
its
here?
thing, it's just, yeah. To the graveyard.
Hmm.
So you've now got 2 4/4 lands.
So I should probably save it for. Do I save it for to block you?
You could.
Yeah, I guess I'll do that.
All right.
I don't know.
Oh, I think I found my rare.
I got a second rare.
Nice.
I should probably play this one. A child is coming up the stairs. He's waving at us as he's in the kitchen, considering what he should be doing. Should he boil the water and have some noodles, or have a salad?
Tea.
Oh, boil the water and have a tea. So as we wait for him to push the button, be prepared for the very annoying whistle of the kettle as it heats the water. Thomas doesn't like when I do that. If I start narrating what he's doing, it bugs him.
All right.
I mean, I'd like noodles, but you said I need to eat less.
Well, right before bed, yeah. Smoke and Mirrors is laughing.
I'm gonna pay.
We need a new kettle. That's a new kettle, and we need a new one because that's annoying.
I'm gonna pay 3 and bring out my Anointed Peacekeeper. 3/3 Vigilance. As long as as it enters the battlefield, look at an opponent's hand and then choose any card name.
Why are you choosing a card name?
Because that makes that card that I name more expensive to cast and its abilities more expensive to use.
Do the one that I don't want to play.
Well, I guess that would make the most sense because it has the most. Well, is that an activated ability? Not really.
Just hurry up. I just want to play.
Sure, whatever. I'll take the Obsessive Pursuit as the thing that's now going to cost you 2 more to cast or use. Anyway, I will then attack you with my 5/4 Trample Vigilance Worm.
Okay, the trample part, does it destroy both creatures if I block with both creatures? Or just the one, or both of them, or just the one?
Trample just means anything that blocks it. Say you block it with a 3/3, it'll deal 3 damage to your creature, and then the extra damage that it has that isn't needed to kill the creature goes over to you.
Okay, well,
so
I'll block it with these 2.
You're blocking with both?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a sad state of affairs, but I will kill the land.
Okay.
So it dies and then comes back to the battlefield, basically.
Can I have a few of those sweet potato chips?
Here.
I finished the salt and vinegar ones Grandma got earlier.
That has a +1/+1 counter if you use the exhausted.
Oh,
by the way.
sorry. Okay, so it's what, I just put a 1 counter on it? Or can I put? Yeah, I guess 1.
All right, your turn.
That's great, because guess what? It gets to be like that. Since it's got a counter on, I'll leave it over there. Okay. All right. right, well. Legendary creature, when first strike, whenever a player casts a non-creature spell, they lose 2 life.
Fun.
I don't get my counters back, do I?
No. It's not a creature anymore, it's just a land after it dies.
Is this one already full? Okay, I used 2. Then this is going to be another 4.
Right.
So 1,
So
2,
that's enough.
4, 5, 6. So that's 6, yeah. This, ooh. Waterbend. This creature has base power and toughness 5/2 until end of turn. While paying a waterbend cost, you can tap your artifacts and creatures to help each. Each one pays for 1. And that's kind of cool. You got a 3/3 thing over there.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna go all in. Yes, I get what that means with this one over here. Just because I know I'm doing again. When this creature enters, put a 1/1 counter on target creature.
Okay. Which creature are you putting your +1/+1 on?
I'm kind of thinking of just doing these all. I put all these ones out on this turn, didn't I?
Yep.
Do I put it on this one so it gets bigger? Or do I put it on this one so it's a decent blocker? And
It's up to you.
I don't know what to do.
Sorry, it's called a batata?
I don't know. Are you reading French? I don't know.
Well, there's one of them that says sweet potato, the other one says tata.
It's a different kind of potato. Having 2 big creatures are good. So I'll probably do this one. Because I think a blocker is good. Right? Whereas...
Can be.
So I just need another 1. Alright. So this one is a 3/4. So I think I'll just attack. So at least I can get a dig at you.
Okay. Well, since I'm going to be taking damage anyway, that's 3/4.
What are you doing?
I'm going to make it have 1 less attack this turn until end of turn, and draw a card. So she makes me take 2 damage for playing this, but I was going to take 3 if I just took the hit. So this makes it down to a 2/4, which my 3/3 can then block no problem, and both will live. And I draw a card, and I take 2 for playing that.
Okay. Well, at least I got to do something.
My turn?
Yep. Well, I have nothing else to do. I'm tapped out.
Right.
I do like the thing that gives me whenever I can put counters on my lands to make them creatures. If only you some sort of card that cleans its creature, something that puts some sort of distance between them. I don't, some sort of rift. I don't know.
Okay, well, that's awkward. I'll clear mountain. Your turn. You're waiting on white mana, I'm waiting on black mana. Except somehow you played a white spell last turn with a white mana.
Oh, shoot. Sorry. Too late. You didn't notice until now. That's too bad. I didn't notice. It's okay. You know what? In my head, that's colorless, and it's like how they have it with. You didn't notice, and nobody watching noticed, so I got away with it. All right. So I have things that could make my creatures bigger, right?
Sort of. You've got a creature that can invert its power and toughness, basically.
Well, there's this thing over here. Exhaust 3, put +1/+1 counter on when you. Oh,
you
when
already
you.
exhausted it.
I already did. You're
you
right.
can only use that ability once.
So this. You can tap your artifacts and creatures. Okay, I see. It doesn't matter. I have all this land and nothing to do. So I can do that and make this. Well, let's say. Well, wait a second. So this creature has base power of toughness of 5/2 until end.
Right.
But then I've got this thing on there, so it's like.
Yeah, it's a +1, so it'd be basically a 6/3.
But you could destroy it. Because of that.
This is a 3/3, so yes, it could kill it in combat if it was a 6/3.
Okay, so I may as well just keep it there. And just attack you with other things. Or I could just attack you with all three of these things and just let you. You know what? Whatever. I'm attacking you with these three.
You're attacking me with those.
Oh, yeah. And this has first strike. So it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay. Well, I'm going to pay 2 life for playing a non-creature spell to play Enthrall to the Pit to gain control of your waterbender. Mine until end of turn.
No.
It untaps. I will then waterbend it to make it a 6/3 and block your 3/4. So they'll both kill each other.
But I already attacked with it. You can't untap it.
That's what this does, is you gain control and untap the creature and you can use it that turn. So I pay 2 life to do this, and these 2 creatures kill each other. And I take another 2 from your first striker that gets through and hits me for another 2. So I'm down to 14. And this is dead, and that's dead.
The paper towel.
You better rethink that play right now. No, you're not allowed.
You have the paper towel.
You're
do not have
not allowed to do that.
It was in the kitchen last I saw it.
Nope. You're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, and you're not allowed to play white spells with white mana.
That was an accident, and you didn't notice till the next turn, so too bad.
This is a legal play.
What?
I spelled mouth.
Yeah, go ahead. Ryan's crying. You made Ryan cry. That's not very nice. You know how hard it got me to get those creatures out? And how hard? Wait a second. I forgot something.
Yeah, I noticed.
I attack with him too. I forget. There you go.
Well, in that case, I would have blocked that one instead of that one.
Well, too bad.
So that dies instead of that other one.
Too bad.
With your
You
water
can't do that.
Yeah, I can.
No, you can't.
If that was part of the attack, then that's the way I would have blocked.
Too bad. So wait, which one dies?
The forest, which comes back as a regular forest.
So what's
And
alive?
the waterbender.
Didn't
Those
that
two
have
are
a...
still
And this
alive.
had a counter on it.
Yeah, it had a counter on it.
Okay. What was my
Until
counter?
It died. It was a 1/1.
But it's not dead now.
Why is it not dead now?
Because it gave you blocked that one instead of this one.
Which is still big enough for them to kill each other.
I'm so confused. What the heck happened?
I took control of this. I waterbended it so that it was a 6/3, and then used it to block your 4/4 or your 3/4.
Oh, so this one's still
whichever
alive
one.
then.
So if it's blocking that one, then yes, that one is still
Oh, so
alive.
okay, that's what got
But your
confused.
forest- Anyways,
All right, so how much damage you took your 2 damage because you used a spell,
because I took a spell,
and what damage are you taking now?
and I'll block the 2/2 first striker with the 3/3, and take the 3 from that. So
All right.
I'm down to 13.
Got it. It's never
Imagine.
never I don't like this. I don't like this. You suck. He's got an advantage because he
I will attack you with my 3/3.
I will take it because I have nothing else to do.
Okay, your turn.
You may discard a card. If you do, draw 2 cards. I don't care right now. I'm tired of you. You make me mad. I forgot to untap stuff. Look at that. I forgot to untap this guy too. This creature has firebending 2, as long as there is a lesson card in your graveyard. Whenever this creature attacks, add this mana until 2. This creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Whatever. I know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna run out of cards and I'm gonna die. I don't care. So, why would you want to do this? This creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn.
You want to pump the attack, usually to deal more damage to whatever it's fighting, or if it's unblocked to the opponent.
I'm confused.
That's why you would want to do that, to make it deal more damage.
But I don't know. So, just because it gets 2 instead of...
So base power is 1, so it would deal 1 damage. If you use that ability, it would deal 2. If you use it a second time, it would deal 3.
Okay, well, I can't attack this time anyways. I don't care. I'm attacking you.
Okay. I am blocking the 1/2.
Yep.
And taking the 3 down to 10.
Yep. I don't care anymore.
My turn?
Yep.
Yeah, I finally found a swamp.
I don't care.
1 and 3 more. I'll play a monstrous war leech.
Okay, just do what you're gonna do.
Don't equal to the
drag it
highest
out.
mana value among cards in your graveyard.
Really,
So
you have to go and do that?
This is a 5/5.
You have to do that? Come on. Just play. Do what you're doing.
And then I'll attack you for 3.
Attack me for 3. Whatever, I don't even care anymore.
Your turn.
As an additional cost to cast a spell, pay for or sacrifice an artifact or creature to destroy target creature. Bye-bye, big ginormous one.
Negate to counter target non-creatures.
That doesn't exist. You're going to win anyways. I got 2 cards left. Destroy their creature. That didn't happen. Just, you're going to lose. You're going to win anyways. Bye-bye, big guy. Just appease me. Just appease me. Put that card over there. Just do it.
Oh, my counter spell just doesn't exist.
No, it does not. That's how we do things here. All right. Yeah. Yeah. And whatever the 2 to make that guy a little bigger. Whatever, I don't care.
I'll block your cadets with the 3/3.
Yeah.
I'll take the other 3 damage down to 7.
Yeah, and you're gonna attack me for 3, and who knows what else you're gonna have at me. But I have 2 cards left, and one of them is a land. Or maybe both of them. I don't know. See, the power of the wife, when she just has that power to do what she wants. That's how we do things here. That's not how I do it when I play other people. I don't even care anymore.
Play Lagomos.
Oh my goodness, are you kidding me?
At the beginning of combat on my turn, I make a token creature.
Oh,
that
shut up.
is a 2/1 elemental with trample and haste. So I'll attack you with that and this for 5.
But it's a token. It's got haste.
Yes. The token
Oh, so you got me down to 1 little piddly thing.
Your turn. This dies at end of combat. Token is until at end of turn, not at end of combat. Meteor sword.
Mm-hmm. When its equipment enters, destroy target permanent. Equipped creature gets +3/+3. Equip a creature.
How much do you pay to equip the creature?
3. I had 3 left over.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
So, what does this one do?
This one is a 1/3, and at the beginning of combat on your turn, you make the little elemental things which have haste.
Okay.
And they die at end of turn each turn.
Okay, we'll get rid of that one.
Okay.
And I don't know if you have other creatures, because I'm just gonna. So wait, what is this thing now? because it makes this creature +3/+3.
Right.
So it's now like a 6/6 or something.
6/7, I think.
6/7. Well, you win because I got one card left. I could attack you. Whatever. I don't care.
Forgot about that other honey.
I'll block it.
Yep. It wouldn't.
And then my turn.
Open this one. I didn't know there was.
I already opened it. That's the honey I use for tea. You're not supposed to touch that one. You're supposed to use the bear honey.
I'll tap this and bring out. You have my steel.
Oh,
crusher.
shush your mouth.
It's an ape warrior. It's a 2/2. I can sacrifice it to get rid of a.
All right, continue. I got one card left.
Your turn. Okay, you draw that, and then you still have your turn. It's only when you try and draw it on an empty deck.
Yeah, I
that
still.
lose.
Yeah, but the thing is, that was my last card. He's over there. I only have 6. I attack you. You sacrifice them. And I have 1 life left. I can't draw anymore. So,
Right,
yeah, game over. You win.
I guess.
It's okay. You deserve the win anyways because I made you take back the other thing like it never happened.
I never got a binding prayer, apparently. It was in here. Or no, prayer of.
I like
binding.
this.
Or.
I like this
the
card.
Juniper guy.
I like it. I like it.
I had 3 swamps in the deck, and it took me forever to get one.
I like this one. That card is cool. That card, you know.
It costs 7, which is usually an awful lot.
But in this case,
yeah, that worked.
I
out
had
very
nothing
nicely
else to
for you.
play. And if I had another land in my thing, or another thing, I probably maybe could have, maybe.
Right. So my rare was the Anointed Peacekeeper.
But I didn't deserve that win anyways
don't
because
know
I,
if it's
I had a
worth-
couple.
Looking up if that's our rares to see if they're worth anything now that the game is over.
And I had 2 rares.
Oh, right, you did.
There's that Serpent's Pass thingy. That Meteor Sword's cool. I like it. See, that was another thing too with this one. That had me use 2 cards. If I didn't use that one, there's my rare. There's my other rare.
Yeah.
So, there's the other uncommon. And a shiny. Do you all play any other TCGs against each other? Sometimes we do Pokemon.
Yeah.
You've had your brother on to play other games.
Yes, I mean I play lots of.
Yeah, you've done Star Wars with Thomas.
I've done Star Trek with Thomas. I've done Star Wars with Thomas.
You've done the original Star Wars, didn't you? Do you have another Star Wars game, or would you?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Star Wars Unlimited we tried as well.
Yeah.
I've played BattleTech and Warlord Sec of the Storm and Versus System, and there's lots of games that I've played, but on stream here, I don't get the opportunity to play a lot of the other ones often.
We only play the Lord of the Rings. We only play the Magic and like,
Pokemon.
me and you,
regularly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because we've done the Harry Potter.
Yes, we have played the Harry Potter one. We were doing our series on that.
We should do that again sometime.
We should.
It's actually kind of fun.
If we get into the other Lord of the Rings TCG and I get some decks made, maybe we can try that one day as well. Who knows? Anyway, I don't know. I didn't bring my
It's
iPad
11
over to look
o'clock.
things up. Yeah, I guess it's getting pretty late. Should probably call it at the one game for tonight.
Excuse me, I'm adjusting my camera.
But anyway,
There's Papa Spoket.
I plan to try and refresh and maybe add to the collection of boosters we have available, and maybe do some of these random booster battles again, because I think this is fun,
We could add
especially with so many
add
of
some
these
different
sets that I've
packs.
never played with before.
So Smoke and Mirrors says, wife, son, and I play Pokemon against each other. Son and I are just starting to learn Star Wars because of the starter deck. So we're a lot cheaper than commander decks.
Fair enough.
I can actually look up on my iPad. Sorry, which one you want?
Okay. Well, I was just wondering about the rares, basically. So we've got
I'm just gonna go to 401 to check the prices.
whatever is easiest.
Obi
Ballpark is.
Obsessive.
So yeah, that was my first ever pack that I've opened of Dominaria United. And I don't know.
Obsessive Pursuit is $1.
It's a set. Yeah, none of these strike me as being super powerful.
That other card looks kind of cool, though.
Is potentially useful. I could see that being used in some aggressive strategies. And the Anointed Peacekeeper, against certain things.
$250 for this one.
For May? Yeah.
It was great listening to y'all while I went through bulk to build a new binder. Well, if you like listening to us, we have lots of playlists that you can go watch old stuff on.
Oh, that's for sure. I've gone through a bunch of different sets over the years. I may revisit some of them in the future. I've made some progress on some of them since. But in the future, I do plan to go through more
That's a buck.
On the Scars of Mirrodin block. Scars of Mirrodin Besiege, New Phyrexia, and take a deep dive into the story elements that were available, given the.
Oh, I guess we can talk a little bit about what's
flavor
coming up
text
this
on
week.
The cards and such in the set. I think that'll be interesting, and that'll take some time to go through as well. We look forward to our premiere. Later this week on
Thursday is our Pokemon day. That's usually when we Pokemon stream.
My
My
mother gifted a Charizard UPC, the new Mega Charizard X UPC, for the two of us for our birthdays.
Well, you and Thomas, not me.
Yes, me and Thomas. Yeah. And so we split it up and sort of battled it against each other and pulled some really nice cards.
We're not going to say what, because you got to catch the premiere,
but
or you could
it
catch
was a
the
very
replay
strong
after
box. I'll just put it that way, and rather surprising and a lot of fun about it. So we're going to premiere that before our regular Pokemon stream on Thursday.
So it's usually our stream usually starts at 1 p.m. Mountain, 3 Eastern. So it'll be like 12:30 that the premiere should go up. And then we'll go right into our it'll be like a separate thing where we just go right into our live, so it'll be a live stream starting right after. And we're probably opening some more Ascended Heroes probably. Or
I suppose
we're doing the tins. We'll do hold on, I'll show you what we got. I'm not pulling everything out.
We have some black and white Elite Trainer boxes.
Yes, we got the
which we keep putting off because we keep finding other things to do instead.
We also got this.
We also got the Pokemon Center ETB for Ascended Heroes arrived.
Sorry, let's get the light off there.
So that could be fun to open.
Yeah. We have one to open and one to keep sealed.
Yeah.
And then we picked these up in the city the other day. We've got
Charizard X and Charizard Mega Charizard
it's upside down.
X and Y Pokemon tins. So
and we do have some other Ascended Heroes that we might open as well. So I don't know what else we're opening. But those things are definitely happening for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
We've had some fun with this.
I know we only have a couple of people here. I don't know if anybody else is live. But we can still kind of go bug somebody. Thank you guys for hanging out with us though.
Yeah,
nice wife streams too, so I know what it's like to look at an ever-changing group to be open. Yeah.
Yeah, I like to work in things beyond just openings, which is why I like
Yeah.
these little pack battles and things and discussions about sets and things.
And we are a family-friendly channel. We have our kids that like to do their things too from time to time. We're a multi-interest
Yeah.
channel as well.
Yeah.
Um,
Sometimes the kids build Lego.
yeah.
Sometimes we play, Animal Crossing. There's lots of
Yeah.
different things that we.
Sometimes the kids do toy
incorporated.
openings.
Yep.
Or
Lucas likes to share about his light bulbs.
Oh yes.
Or things like that. So, it's a family channel. It's a variety channel, but our main topics are Pokemon primarily
and
Magic the Gathering on a regular basis, usually once a week.
Yeah.
Or so. And
our Saturday streams kind of we've become busy on Saturdays.
Other old classic games. We did a series going through the Harry Potter trading card game last year. And I want to do more on the Lord of the Rings trading card game coming up this year. Probably some more on looking at the old Star Trek Decipher CCG before the Magic the Gathering Star Trek sets comes out, so we can compare them. I think that'll be fun.
Guys, let's go over and say, even if a couple of you guys just go over, we're gonna go over and say hi to sorry, I know who it is. I think. Hold on a second. I remember who it was when I saw it, but there's a couple of them with similar names. So just give me a second.
She's looking. She'll find it.
I have the redirect set up. You can do that, or you could. Oh, there we go. Alice in Poke Wonderland. I was getting her mixed up with Pokeballer Alice because I just saw Alice and I was like, oof. Anyways, so we're gonna go over there, give her some love. If we can have a couple people at least go over and say hi and Spokat raid and hit the like button and that kind of thing. Yep. I'm going to get the link now, so I'm going to put it in the chat. So and then we'll hang up and we'll catch you guys later, hopefully Thursday. So you're going to want to catch the premiere for sure and probably our live stream because I'm sure it's going to be something fun going on there.
Yeah, we'll have something to celebrate, I think.
And we usually, what we've been doing too, is we've been starting our live stream with a few packs of Phantasmal Flames until we pull that stupid Charizard that just likes to not let me pull it. So
I've been working on that set for a while, so
yeah.
Hopefully.
Maybe we'll even get some mail in so that we can open on stream. So yeah, if you guys can go over to, you can click that link and go now, or you can wait for the redirect and we'll see you over there. And then other than that, we have our daily videos that go up and then we'll see you guys on Thursday.
Yeah.
So bye for now. Have a great one. Much love.
Cheerio.
And see you soon.
Bye.